Let me assure you that acknowledging white privilege is not mutually exclusive to also Black people raising and lifting themselves up out of their communities.
Everything goes my way when I want it to.
And this is something that comes up in this discussion of white privilege and whatnot, is the notion that Black people like to use that as an excuse. That we like to fall on the sword of white privilege as an excuse for the reasons why so many Black neighborhoods and communities are poverty-stricken, and why there's so much brokenness and broken families in the Black community, so on and so forth. Because we are using the excuse of white privilege to sort of like explain all these different things. And all across America, there are Black churches, nonprofit groups, schools, leaders, ex-gang members, businessmen going into the Black community and working to lift people in that community up, either financially or through knowledge and education or through inspiration. We are by no means sitting on our collective Black asses waiting for the government to give us a handout and saying, if you don't, that's your white privilege. That's not what white privilege is about. That is not what acknowledging white privilege is about. If you want to know what white privilege is about, you can look at my other video. When a person says something like, why don't you lift yourself up from the bootstraps like I did, or like my parents did, or like my forefathers did, or why don't you do X, Y, and Z like these other people did who all happen to be white. Why don't you do those things? It betrays their either ignorance or lack of empathy, there's that term again, to the realities of how hundreds of years of systematic racism in both the financial and the other socioeconomic structures of this country have prevented Black people over the years, and other people of color, from building communities, from owning property, from owning businesses that over a course of 100, 200 years kind of pile up. So we have a lot of catching up to do. Even when we do the things that are necessary to change our circumstances, there's a group of people who will find ways to put us down.